Well, spring is here. It's home buying and selling season. It's really important when you go to sell your home to declutter and to stage your home properly. And Carol she's actually been doing this for a long time, helping people. Less is more when selling your home.
It's funny when it definitely less is way more. It's hard for people to grasp that concept because I'll say less and then I was just working with some clients. I think I went back 3 times they asked me to check on their progress. I didn't just say, I'm coming over, I'm going to check their progress. They kept asking, they were very nervous, and they took great notes. And I realized though, let's just talk about their master closet. They really weren't going the distance of what needed to happen. And I'm like, I need to see the footprint of the floor. People are going to be moving in. They're not going to have your trunk in there. They're not going to have, your things in there. They need to actually see the brick and mortar. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I could not get them to purge the clothes so you could see through and get stuff off the floor. Finally, I just put up a picture on my phone. It was maybe a little overkill, but there was not many pieces of clothing. And I'm like, we're going to head more toward this. And I think they finally got it. Mm-hmm. And then what they realized is when they pulled all of those clothes out, they needed to paint the inside of the closet. I go, do you think this closet's ever been painted? And they're like,
no.
We don't think we ever have. Because it's easy to overlook that when you get a bedroom and paint it and such. But
buying and selling a home is an extremely emotional decision. And that time when you're in the process of doing it, it is so difficult when you're staging your home to sell. Mm-hmm. And I actually will tell people in your kitchen, remove all of that fake greenery above those cabinets.
Yes.
And they're like, but I'm like, just do it please, and you will see that it will look so much cleaner.
They feel they're basic. I said, think of it like this. This is no longer your house. Mm-hmm. You are putting your house up on the market to sell. True, you still own it, but basically it's not where you're living anymore because you were trying to sell it. Mm-hmm. If you decide to take it off the market, you can put everything right back in. But you have to do it this way. Your home, is competing with a new build. A new build's not going to have all this, I'm just going to say it, crap in it. And it feels really, really naked. And I say this 1,000 times over. I'm an interior designer. I think I got my house put together pretty, it looks pretty good. But I would take 30% of what I've done away. Because it's not about me selling my design services or my things. It's about the brick and mortar. If you're covering your brick and mortar up, then your walls, your drywall, all that, you got to expose that a little bit so they can actually see the product that they're purchasing.
And a lot of people will ask me because they want to. Sometimes it is easier to go ahead and move out of a home before you put it on the market, because if you have kids and pets and just so much stuff, you can't even get to maybe doing the decluttering and the cleaning without completely moving out. And then they ask me, is it important to stage the home? And I do think it's important because selling a home with furniture is always better than selling a home that is completely empty.
Absolutely. And the reason for that is primarily because of scale. If you take every piece of furniture out of a room, you have, it's kind of like when you want to sell something online and you put a penny or a nickel next to it so that you can see the size of the item, whether it be a vase or something. That's called scale. That's showing them what the scale is. That's the same concept as even if you're just keeping a bed and a nightstand and maybe a chair in the corner. It doesn't have to be fully furnished, mm-hmm. but something needs to be in the room. To show that, because the room will shrink without the stuff in it.